So you are reconstituting the cell isolation enzyme mix.
Yes, you have to reconstitute it in 2 times.
So there's like a powder.
Yeah. You
And
have
then
the powder
there's
in one tube, the buffer in another tube. You take 850
to the powder.
to the powder,
And then up and down.
up and down, and then add additional
Another 800.
Then it's from the same buffer.
So
Just
it
to be
become-
able to pipe it properly, and then add the
So in total it could be 1,600
Yeah.
something. Not this one.
Yeah, it may, obviously it's possible.
Yeah, so
add this.
she reconstituted the enzyme, but then you have to incubate on ice for 30 minutes. But in the meantime, we can start with the cross-linking.
Yes.
Lily, which samples are we processing exactly?
Both of them, yeah.
But
I know, that one's really big, I'm a little concerned about that.
Then you want to split it.
The thing is, we can just do the whole thing, and if it won't all fit in that tube, then we can divide it into another tube. Because the herring is the one that's kind of magically expands.
I mean, you can already see that it's very fatty. So you are adding 1 ml of PBS in the sample,
so 200 ml of PBS,
and then 800.
and then I will add 800 more
You
to
can
recess
take-
pen.
How's it suspending?
Good, all good.
Okay, even the herring?
Yeah, it looks a bit fatty. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, there is some tissue left, residues. Let's see.
If the quantitation or weighing for a second was accurate, then the 200 is about what we were working with, or 1/5 is about what we were working with before. So, like the first day that you did it, it was about 7 milligrams. And that's, normally what we would do for something like spleen, just under 10.
Give them a really quick spin. Once that's dry.
But for the Omni kit, we have the filtering step after the washes.
Yes.
And we don't have it here.
Correct, yeah. So
But then how we can get rid of all the junk?
So the only organisms that we recommend filtering for in the beginning is insects, and that's because there's so much junk, even if you grind very finely, there's always this chitinous, debris that's very large, and so that makes it hard to pipette. So for those insects, we will, after cross-linking, after you spin and wash, spin it through one of those filters before you start the rest of the prep. That said, what happens is you always lose something in the filters, even stuff that you want. So then you end up having to be careful because you may have a lot less input going in, so then you might over-tagment, if that makes sense. It's usually not a terrible problem, but it might mean you need to start with 40 milligrams instead of 20, just to make sure that you have the same after filtering. Because you always lose things after filtering. For everything else, like for those muscle tissues, we recommend filtering after you make the lysate. And really that makes it easier to pipette. Again, you don't need to do it, but if you have something goopy because it's high concentration or it's muscle and it's got a lot of fibers, then filtering at the end will make your lysate easier to deal with. Again, you're going to lose some stuff, so but usually it's stuff you don't want because it's too big, makes it hard to pipette. You probably wouldn't participate in your proximity ligation reaction anyways. But just to be aware, when you filter, you are losing things. So if you get lower yield than you expect, you'd be like, maybe if I hadn't filtered or it had digested more, then it would be fine. For a muscle tissue, for example, you collagenase treat so that you can get more stuff out of it, but you still wait till the end to filter, if that makes sense.
So always at least start the filter.
Yeah, that's the way the protocol has been set up. And
So here was not correct.
And with the new filters, not the 5.
yes, correct. Yeah.
Because we still use these big ones, and I think we lose a lot of material.
Yeah.
So for the Omnici kit, it came with filters, and you had I can show you a picture online if I find one. Two different filters. So you first use a bigger one and then a smaller one.
For plants, I think, so when we were trying this out with plants, we still did the 200 at least to get rid of chunky things.
Yeah.
And maybe the 50 isn't so necessary. Once we do the 200, we can treat plants like everything else until the end.
Yeah.
This works. I think I increased the speed to 1,000 yesterday, just to make sure that.
This is the spleen.
So just one wash.
Yeah, if one of you guys.
And this is the herring.
Herring, and the other one do the.
As it is, it's very cloudy.
Yeah, herring is very cloudy.
The herring,
Yes.
let's do one tube with the 100 microliters, 100, and then 2 tubes with 300.
300, 300.
Yes. Yeah.
And what
And then we'll leave the rest. We're not going to use the rest. And then if you feel like the herring pellets are too big and goopy, you can always add a little tea, but if it PBS, but or whatever wash buffer. But if you think it's okay, then
So this is with the wash.
Herring, yes. 100 after cross-linking.
Let's pin down and see. But it looks like we have a big pellet.
300, one of the 300 for the herring, and one of the 200 for the spleen.
So this is how they separate 206. So after the wash, you take out some for the no collagenase. It's gonna be one of the 300s.
302.
Yes, no collagenase.
Okay. And for the other one?
Collagenase. Yes, the 200.
How much should work with the no collagenase?
We don't need any more wash.
Okay. So
Yes,
you
Carmela
guys-
is
Carmela is
So
no
here you want
collagenase.
to,
Collagenase.
just do the protocol before, where you want to take off as much as you can. Yeah. Okay, so for you guys, why don't you divide it up and then just you're going to take off all the buffer. You're going to add 100 microliters of the collagenase to resuspend, and then 5 microliters of assuming this is the calcium chloride, and then mix and then into the 37. Yep.
But for cell lines, you have to do it.
We don't need it. So here, there's a cell line.
Yeah, we need.
How are you guys doing?
So you always do that for cell line?
Oh, yeah, you know, it's interesting. So, this is also a user thing, and I don't know whether... okay, so most people, and I don't know if you see this with OmniC, tend to under-digest for some reason. You know, in our lab, like, we rarely have that happen, which is why, like, this has been so weird. We almost always go the other way. So
Yeah, I think us too.
collagenase-
We almost.
Really?
We usually overdigest
Yeah,
than underdigest.
So the collagenase helps the digestion, but like for us, if I use the collagenase, it over-digests even more. So, you know,
Most of the users,
they need the collagenase to get them into the right range. Yeah.
they tend to under-digest also.
So spin down.
So you want a quick, oh yeah, that actually now you need to spin out of the collagenase. So, same,
So centrifuge. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then
1,000 or
Yeah.
1,000 same.
we'll just stick with 1,000.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the nuclei prep.
Do you have to wash the collagenase or just
No.
remove the supernatant?
I prefer the OmniC because you have the chance to go back, change the nuclease, join two lysates
Yeah.
if necessary. But your QC one
You
is
have to
failed,
start from the grinding.
You have to start from the cross-linking again. Or you can take a new aliquot of the lysate if you have enough
Yeah.
and repeat the... But there's nothing you can change that.
Yeah.
How are we looking, Choi?
Look good. See?
Good.
So this is 200,
Yeah.
and this is the big one.
Okay.
the camera.
Yeah.
So now,
So once you take off all of your soup,
It looks nice.
as much as possible, and then we'll go over to the nuclear prep.
where's the tube for nuclease?
It's preheating, so just take off, with a tiny little bit of salt there, and then pipette from here. Yeah.
So then we remove the
Timer.
Yes.
So 3 is a bigger pellet. So to this, I will increase volume.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is a smaller one.
Mm.
So are we going to increase the volume for both of them or only the 300 microliters?
Just for the one.
300.
The 300.
There should be 2 herring, and they're different. One is smaller and one is larger.
also
So only the large one.
for the herring for the spleen.
we see there is some sort of concentration of the ether, but you also see this
And have you increased the volume for the one that is treated with collagenase?
So 5 minutes.
Yes, 5 minutes, 1,000.
You will filter both.
So now you're removing the supernatant after the centrifuge? Yes. No, I'm just saying it for the camera.
So they are filtering everything. So we add.
Lily's here, we can ask her. Lily, do we filter as well? Yeah. Okay. And then you're gonna add 50 microliters of the fragmentation buffer. In the 3 out of 4 samples, the two spleen samples and 1 herring, and the last herring you will add 100 because the pellet is larger. Oh yeah. Okay, yes. Pellet is larger, so we will add 100. .5 of fragmentation enzyme mix in each tube.
And then it goes to 50. Then
5 degrees for 20 minutes.
It looks like there's very little in there, but.
So the next step for us now is to just go into
Spin down. Mm-hmm.
So now to margarita.
Yes.
Because,
Because we added 100 of the buffer. And then it goes to 65 degrees for 5 minutes without checking. Try 6.
Yeah, you know, it depends a bit on the Kovari thing. It takes a bit of time. You have to, pull the instrument, share it, and then you're doing some sort of
6 microliter of
similar to what
Triton.
I did. That kind of takes you.
It's called.
So, yeah, so
Pipe and up and
it's a
down.
bit longer than
Fully mix.
but after including the final, depending a bit.
I add 12 of Triton
Uh-huh.
to the double amount.
Yes. And then incubate. And then we have to filter.
Move the top, the lid down, so that because otherwise it's gonna just make a loud noise. Eventually it'll spin. But all right, so you're gonna count to 5.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.